Hi everybody, it's Janine with Slow Happy Vintage here in my kitchen today, and we're going to talk about some cleaning supplies and show you a little bit of cleaning of costume jewelry. First of all, I want to preface this with the fact that I am not an expert. I do what works for me, and I have to say that when I was learning how to clean jewelry, I did ruin a couple pieces, and that was very unfortunate. But hopefully you can gain wisdom from my problems that I've had in the past and go from there. A lot of experts might cringe at some of the things I do with my jewelry, but it works for me, so it is what it is. So first of all, we're going to talk about mainly costume jewelry and some silver. My heavy hitter is my sonic cleaner. I'm going to go into more detail about this in a little bit, but I got it on Amazon and it uses heat and vibration to clean. And I tell you, it works wonderfully for a lot of things. Some things that shouldn't go in it are your soft stones and pearls. And I think the reason pearls shouldn't go in here is because the vibration, they don't want them rubbing up against each other or against the metal bottom of the container. There's a basket so you can put more fragile things up here, but you can put all of my chains go in here. Anything that's prong set and open backed as far as crystals and rhinestones go. If it has any kind of foil backing, I won't risk it because water can get behind that foil and just deaden the stone immediately. You do need to dry things pretty well when it comes out of here because you know you are soaking it in water. So, and a solution, this stuff, I'll talk about that later. They say not to put pearls in here, but I do simply because if you think about it, they've been sitting in the mouth of an oyster for who knows how long. So what is a little water and heat gonna do to them? But they say not to do it. So you don't wanna put opals in here or other soft stones. If it's a short time, I might. I usually will run this, it has different cycles that you can run it on. And I'll usually run it for, I think it's just under 5 minutes at a time. Some things might get 2 runs in there. But yeah, that's the sonic cleaner. Some other things that I use are Wright's Silver Cream for silver, anything silver. It works wonderful. It's non-abrasive and polishes silver right up. The other thing that I use for silver are these. Actually, I use these for a lot of things, but they're called Pro Polish Pads, and they're very similar to what a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser is, except they're almost feel like they're rubberized. So I don't know if does it grip the tarnish? I don't know, but they work really well. One thing I would not use these on is anything that has a gold wash or any coated metals that you're worried about the finish coming off. If you want to remove finish from something, like if you want to remove a gold wash from something, yeah, this will take it right off for you. Yeah, so that is the Pro Polish Pad. You don't want to get these wet because they get really slimy and they don't work anymore if you get them wet. They do, well, you can see this one's been used. They get pretty nasty pretty quick. Some other things that I use, Q-tips. Where are my Q-tips? We all know what Q-tips are. Q-tips and a soft toothbrush. I get most of these things at the dollar store. These are My Little Pony. Yeah, you have to get the My Little Pony ones. No, you don't. But anyway, soft toothbrush works really great. And the other thing that I use are these they're dental cleaners. They're little itty bitty tiny brushes. They work great for getting in really intricate areas. Okay, and then one of my very favorite cleaning tools is the good old toothpick. The thing I love about toothpicks is you start with a point that is still forgiving to metal, and then once that point gets wet or damaged, it's like a blunt, it's almost like a mop for getting in, like really digging in. And they seem to be pretty gentle overall because they're a wood. I have Tarnex sitting here. Some people love Tarnex. I don't love it. I don't like the smell. Yeah, I don't like much about it. I will use it on occasion on something that is really intricate that I just can't clean otherwise. But for the most part, I don't like the way it makes silver look. And also it completely strips it. So if you want something completely stripped of all detail like the patina, the detail, yeah, I use Tarnex, but I will use it on very rare occasions. So that's that. And then, oh, vinegar, a vinegar for verdigris. That could be a catch slogan. Yeah, works great for verdigris. I use a toothbrush or a toothpick. I might soak the verdigris in vinegar for a little while and then scrub on it. Can't have jewelry without vinegar because verdigris is nasty stuff. All right, the other thing I like to keep in my little toolkit are little miniature that says precision screwdriver set. Got this at the dollar store too, this one as well. What I love about these is if you have something that you really need to clean that needs something firm to kind of scrape, you can get these little tiny screwdrivers, these flat heads and Phillip heads, and you can wrap cotton or something around them, or you can wrap a Pro Polish pad around them and kind of get in there. The other thing that I love them for, the Phillips head ones, I use when I'm replacing rhinestones. A lot of times the foil backing will get stuck to the cup of the rhinestone, and so you can use these like a little Dremel to get that old foil backing and glue out. So that is fantastic. Do I have anything else? I think that's it. I may be adding to this, I don't know, in the future, but so far all of this stuff has worked really well for me. And also definitely keep a bunch of rags for polishing. When I am out shopping at the bins, I will get old linen napkins from the linen section, and they work really great for polishing and cleaning. Another thing that is helpful that I don't have here is Windex. You can use Windex for just cleaning the outside of rhinestones. It's like a glass polish, so it's glass, works great. All right, so we're gonna get into the sonic cleaner a little bit more, and if you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I will get back to you on them. This is my sonic cleaner, and you just put some water in there. I use Shine Bright, but I'm assuming you can probably also use some Dawn dish soap. And I don't put that much in there, maybe half a capful. There also is a basket for things like if you have things that you need to loop around the side of something, or some chains or rings that you don't want, or pearls that you don't want scraping on the bottom. And then here's kind of my pile of things that I want to put in there. Anything metal can go in there. Anything that's non-porous can go in there. All glass things can go in there. Plastic. I'm not too concerned about this thing because I don't like it anyway. Hard stones can go in there. Gold things. I'm not putting, well, you know what? I was going to put these in there simply because if those stones, or if those thermosets come out, I can glue them back in, but in their replacement parts anyway, so don't really care about that. All right, sticking the things in there. Metal. Shall we try it? I think those will be fine because I can glue those back if need be too. I think I'm going to put these in there too, but I will set it for 4 minutes. Close the lid and let it go. So the heating element, and then I think there's supersonic vibration. You can't really see it or feel it doing anything, but when things come out, they are quite clean. Okay, I just took this batch out of the Sonic, and as you can see, that one wasn't too bad, but the water is still pretty disgusting. Pardon my towel, it's kind of been used quite a few times, but things are drying well. Some things cleaned up pretty well, like this check necklace cleaned up beautifully, and I didn't realize these are prong sets, so they wouldn't have come out anyway. Avon piece, the thermoset did fine. These cleaned up nice. These didn't clean up that great, so sometimes you learn things when you're cleaning. The ear wires are just not great, so I'm gonna throw that in a craft lot. The Rivoli gems are really pretty though, so somebody would have some fun with that. Then the rock bracelet came out great. The gold, of course, always comes out great. This came out great, and gold filled came out beautiful. I finished cleaning this Art Deco bracelet. It's sterling and it's absolutely beautiful. It also has a maker's mark, but I will have to research what that mark is. So when I cleaned this, I did not put it in the Sonic because all of these little rhinestones in there, although most of them look to be channel set, or sorry, somewhat prong set, there may be some glue in there and I didn't want to risk shaking them out. So what I did is I took a very soft toothbrush and I dipped it in the Sonic Cleaner liquid and I just lightly brushed over it and dried it well. And then for the metal, what I ended up doing, since it is sterling, I didn't want to take away, I'm not going to dip something like this in Tarnix simply because you want that aged look in the recessed parts. So all I did was I took my little Pro Polish pad and I lightly went over the sides and the upper parts. So it just gave it a fresh look. It doesn't look like it's been completely cleaned. It just has a natural aged look, but it is just drop dead gorgeous now. It was pretty black and tarnished when I got it. These are pieces I just cleaned in the Sonic that are drying. Look at how beautiful these crystals came out. I believe this is check glass. These aren't, these are plastic. But all of this, remember that really nasty clasp? It is quite nice now. I didn't even know that there were some beads in this clasp because it was so disgusting. And the yellow ones, look at the yellow ones, came out beautiful. So they're all drying. Then this one over here, I didn't want to clean too much, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And the same goes for this one. I cleaned this, but you don't want to take the natural aging away from the recessed parts. So I just took a light polishing cloth to it and used a toothbrush to clean the rhinestones. Came out quite nice. Look how dirty my fingers are. Yuck. Ew. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you got any good information out of this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I love doing these videos. I hope you're enjoying them. Once again, I am Janine with Slow Happy Vintage. You can find me on Facebook and eBay and of course here on YouTube.